Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Monday, the 12th of June. Today we read Psalm 104 as we follow McShane's reading scheme. A wonderful hymn of praise to God begins, "Praise the Lord, O my soul. O Lord my God, you are very great. You are clothed with splendor and majesty." And the psalmist goes on to describe God and how he sees him in the creation, and he rides on the clouds, and he lives in the heavens. And this image of God is so completely different to anything we have on earth. And in verse 19 he continues, "The moon marks off the seasons, and the sun knows when to go down. You bring darkness, it becomes night, and all the beasts of the forest prowl. The lions roar for their prey and seek their food from God. The sun rises, and they steal away. They return to lie down in their dens. Then man goes out to his work, to his labor until evening. How many are your works, O Lord? In wisdom you made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. How many are your works?" And as I read that, I thought, sometimes I think we miss some of God's works, because here he's talking about the moon controlling demarking the seasons, the sun rising, night coming, day coming, and we just take all of that for granted. And particularly living in a materialist, scientific world, well, the sun rises because the earth's spinning on its axis, and that's the way it is. We don't really need to see God there. But the fact that it actually does that God's created the world, that it does spin on an axis, that we do have a sunrise every day, that the moon does go around the earth and causes the tides, that there are seasons, that we have a cold season and a warm season. It didn't have to be this way. And I'm always struck by the number of planets that there are that are tidally locked. You have the one side of the planet faces the sun, so it's turning at the same speed virtually as it orbits, and so the one side faces the sun, the other doesn't. And one side is too hot to inhabit, the other side too cold, and there's a little rim around sort of the between the two where sort of you might be able to exist if there were the right conditions. God could have made the world like that there were no sunrises and sunsets. The sun just shone in the sky over there, and that's the way it was. But he didn't. And it just made me think, we need to say, God, open our eyes. I want to see you in your world. Amaze me at the everyday ordinariness that we just overlook and take for granted. Falling leaves. The fact that there are seasons, that the leaves get old, fall off, and new leaves are going to come. All of these things, we need to say, God, help us to see you in and through and behind all of this. And then move our hearts that we will echo with the psalmist, "Praise the Lord, O my soul." We have a wonderful God. We live in an amazing world. We just need to open our eyes and see and give him our praise. Be blessed.